Middle Township coach John Maher. Good morning, Coach.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Pretty good, man. Thanks for taking a few minutes. Got to break up some of this football talk.
Yeah, sure. That's always good.
Tell us about your squad. Before we get to your squad, great milestone for you last week, 200th win. Talk about that a little bit, and that's a huge number in soccer.
Yeah, it's a nice accomplishment. I mean, usually the cliche-ish type answer is, you stay around a long time, you get these kind of things. But you know what? These kind of accomplishments are really program accomplishments. It's the program that is successful, not just me sticking around a long time. And that requires a lot of support. I got a fantastic support staff as coaches. There's one paid coach. His name's Matt Gilbert. He's works with the varsity players as well as coaches the JV players, and he's been with me quite a long time. I'm saying 12, 13, 14 years. And he's also the head coach of boys tennis at Middle Township High School. He's a former soccer player from Haddonfield, a powerhouse up in the Colonial Conference, was a state champion there, went on to play tennis, Division I Loyola in Maryland. Just a tremendous young guy. And I still call him a young guy. He's 42 years old, but you know what I'm saying?
Cool. I guess I'm still a young guy then.
Yeah. But,
at 44.
And I have a great volunteer assistant, Jake Tomlin, who's been involved in Cape Express Soccer going way back. Came into my program when his oldest son, Jake, was a player and just helped out and has been there. Great with the kids, great with the parents. The parents have been great. I mean, you can forget to name certain people, but you can't forget the moms. You better not forget them. So there must be about 45 or 50 over the course of the years. So I'm not going to mention anybody except that it just seems like they keep coming and doing stuff. And now I have people that are tech savvy, where in the past they were like me. There was, now Facebook and stuff like that, Twitter. And I still don't do that, but some of the parents do, and the fundraising they do, the moms have been just tremendous over the years. And I get a whole lot of support out of Middle Township High School. Middle Township High School is a basketball school, football school, basketball school. I have 3 sons play basketball there, so it's easy for me to say. And like a lot of high schools, they put a lot of stock in football, but they've been real supportive of me. The athletic director, Scott Logic, the head football coach and principal, Frank Rigitano, and Dave Sablo, they've been great. They've been fantastic. So that, and then of course you got the players that play. I've been blessed with great players that come out of the Cape Express Soccer Club, and we try to shape them into high school soccer players. I learned early from Jerry McFarland, who was a club coach, like I was a club coach, and then became a high school coach, that, hey, Cape Atlantic League soccer is not club soccer. You better get used to it, and you got to learn. So it took a few years to learn the high school style as opposed to club style, it helps with longevity if you get to know what's going on and how to do it. And my background is club soccer. I spent 14 years coaching club soccer before I went to Middle Township High School. And, that obviously benefited me. I've been able to hang in there at Middle. I used to have to travel to like Edgewood High School and Berlin for club practice. My last 4 years anyway at club, that for, an hour and a half, 4 days a week was tough. When I got the job at Middle, it was like driving 10, 15 minutes every day. It was no big deal. So and I used to go, I'm getting paid for this after doing 14 years of traveling all over the state and East Coast, as a parent coach. But you know what? Really, I wouldn't be doing this if my wife didn't let me continue to coach club soccer after my one son, who I coached for like 6-8 years, decided to focus on basketball as a Middle Township basketball player. And so I was coaching a club team for the last 2 years that I didn't have any sons on. That can cause stress, but my wife was supportive. She's continued to be supportive. That's on a year-to-year basis now because she wants to travel to Italy. And, she's 60, I'm 63. Something's got to give. So
she's getting payback now. She's like, okay, you got to do your thing there for a bunch of years. Now it's time for you to take me over to Italy and do what I want to do, right?
Yeah, so I'm easing my way into that by doing more in the summer, than I've done in the past. It's like once I started soccer in end of June, nothing else got in the way. But now, did a little traveling in the summer, did a little bit of biking with friends in Canada and other places, and so that's helping. So I'm hanging in there right now.
Coach, has your coaching style changed at all throughout the years? Do you change as you get older? Little kinder, gentler, Coach Maher, or no? You're still the same old coach?
Yeah. I can tell you now, I'm pretty easy. I used to be pretty tough. Coaching club soccer, it's almost like, hey, if you don't get with the program, find another team to play for.
Right.
Well, that don't happen in high school, but still, I came in with the same mentality as a club coach. But you go through these kids. They're great kids. You love them. I try to treat the kids like they were my own, the way I treated my own when I coached them, and be consistent there. And so, sometimes being tough gets hard. Being tough gets hard sometimes, but you got to pull back and go, hey, consistency pays off. So try to be consistent.
Talk with Coach Maher of Middle Township Boys Soccer. Coach, you talked about the Cape Atlantic League and how tough it is this year more than ever. I think it's probably one of the most competitive leagues in South Jersey when you're talking about teams like Mainland, Egg Harbor Township, the Prep, Ocean City. I mean, every Wildwood Catholic, every day is just a grind.
Well, if you're they realigned the conferences, which for competitive purposes helped me out. But we didn't get to play Egg Harbor Township. The game was scheduled. It was canceled because of SATs. Didn't get to reschedule it. We were scheduled for Mainland. The coaches tournament for both of us got in the way. I'll tell you what, the people in the Cape Atlantic League, the other coaches, John Napoli winning his first conference title at Mainland, awesome. Pete Lambert coming in from Ocean City High School, going to Egg Harbor Township, turned that program around, and now that's a top program in South Jersey in Group 4. Napoli will compete with Ocean City in Group 3. Adam Bogashevsky just continued on what the Pellegrino did at Ocean City, and I like to think that I'm contributing too to make that happen. And then you got the standard bearer, Les Hagan left, Steve Orlando stepped in, like never missed a beat. But things are getting more competitive for everybody. For the first 5 years, I was always trying to be second place to St. Augustine when we were in the same conference. That was difficult. Broke through in 2007, and that built us. And then, of course, that was the last year that we were together. We co-champions that year, so it was nice. They left last year. It was good to accomplish something before they left. And, we play now and then. We played this year. I couldn't pass up the opportunity to play them in the coaches tournament, and it was great for us. I think it was great for them, and that's how you build a program, by competing with one another and bringing out the best in one another. And you got Mike Sione, a Wildwood Catholic player, a big time Division I player at Lafayette, a great kid. Remember when he was young, playing for Cape Express, and I was coaching at Cape Express. And now, he won his first championship since 2002 for the program, and that's pretty awesome. And it was great playing them last night. It was good for us. It was good for them.
Coach, real quick before we let you go, what do you expect out of this year's team? You guys are 14-3 heading into the playoffs. Del Rand's the number one team in that section. You think you guys can pull off the upset and win that section? What's it going to take?
Well, you never know. I mean, we were competing with them for the top seed. Traveling long distances for any high school program can be a difficult thing. So that didn't work out for us. But you got to play the game. I mean, we've played them twice, in 2008 in the state semifinal when they were in Central Jersey, and then again in 2013 in the state semifinal when they were still in Central. So now if we meet them, it's for a South Jersey title. They've beaten all comers. They've beaten all comers this year. So that's a tough deal. But you still play the game, and every now and then, you don't play up to your capability, or the matchups go the other way. Mike Otto is a great guy, experienced coach, went to Delran, won a state championship as a player, won multiple state championships now as a coach. They're just a juggernaut of talent and experience and tradition. That's a tough nut to crack, but you gotta go through that. We had them down 2-0 in 2008, and certainly some things didn't go our way in the second half, like the wind. But then he's an experienced coach. I like to think I was an experienced coach, but he made a couple moves that I didn't match up well with, and maybe it was my overconfidence at the time. But who knows? But next thing you know, it's a yellow card happened to our disadvantage. A free kick, it's a goal where I don't have that kid in. Bang! Next thing you know, it's 4-2, and you're left wondering. So it's easy for that kind of thing to happen with Delran. That's what I'm leading up to.
Yep.
So hey, but if we make it that far, we'll be glad. We'll be happy to make it that far. We'll know that we earned getting that far. We're not. Our presence in a semifinal and a final isn't foreign, but it's about competing, and you never know. I mean, last night we got the kind of game that we needed to have prior to the tournament. I think Wildwood Catholic did too. And if we play like that, we'll have a good week. And then you never know what's going to happen next week.
Good stuff, Coach. Got to let you go. We're up against the break, but good luck in the playoffs. Appreciate you taking a few minutes with us.
Hey, thank you much. Take care.
All right, have a good weekend.
Bye-bye.
That was Coach John Maher of Middle Township Boys Soccer.